working on my movement, my choreograph, how I choreograph things, my gestures. And that's what makes it world champ. Someone doesn't just show up and just say, I got this. But someone shows up and says, I got this. Here. Yes?
I'm wondering if all of it, I wish I could project like you do, but I'm wondering about the content in Kuala Lumpur.
Oh.
Different culture, Arabic, Muslim country, the Christmas, Tooth Fairy. I wonder if that needs to be modified.
Here's what I know. I'm American. I'm an American speaker. My culture is from an American background. My religion is from Christian background. I understand you have a different perspective, but I'm who I am. There once was a speech, Ava saw this, where I talked about the football game. 115 million people saw it.
Half of the room talked about it, but one person lived it. What is this it? It is the very first play of the 2014 Super Bowl. The quarterback steps up to the line, ready for the first game of his life. And then one quick to the left, and the ball is quickly hiked. And then the defensive team scores the first point to one of the biggest blowouts in Super Bowl history. That's not what it wanted to happen. It was a ready, set, what just happened moment. We've all had those, right? Now, I won the district contest with that speech. Here's what they said.
You know, football in Malaysia is really soccer. I say, you're right. And how do you explain football to a Muslim, Malaysian, Australian, international audience? I'll talk about soccer, but soccer is called football, but you're talking about football, and they play rugby, which is called football. And so you said, I wonder if you're going to have an issue with the audience not connecting with your references. Here's what I've learned. You can't be everything for everybody. You just be true to yourself. And I've made certain modifications to the speech so that I don't offend. But I'm a 6'2", 220 black man. By me sure just standing, I offend. So I have to just speak. So I appreciate that. I got that last night. But my response is, you can't be everything to everybody. But you can touch everybody if you have a great story. Yes, sir.
I am wired for sound. A few years ago, I did a seminar in Kuala Lumpur. I had 20 students in a Muslim country governed by Sharia law. 10 of my students were male. 10 of my students were female. 5 of the ladies had their heads covered. 5 of the ladies did not. Opinions about Islam that we form by watching what happens in the Middle East, and opinions that we should have of Islam as it is exercised in Malaysia are very, very different. Very different. Why are they different? Is it true that Europeans have been meddling in the affairs of the Middle East since World War I? Who meddled in the affairs of Malaysia? The British, period. What violence did Britain inflict on Malaysia?
A lot.
Not really. Not really.
Rubber plantations.
rubber plantations, and yet, yes, they did import people from India to work the rubber plantations. And that forced integration of the Indian multi-deity culture and the Islamic culture.
So what
did that give Malaysia the ability to accept that we are perhaps different from them, that our cultures are different? That's all I had. Thank you.
And I appreciate that. And give him a round of applause. I think that's what I learned. What I learned is this is a big world. With the internet, we're crossing big oceans with just understanding. I have to learn in this journey that as much as I want to not offend, I will offend. And as much as you did not offend, you will offend. And that's just a journey. Let me share with you real quick this journey. So the way this all happens is you've got about 100,000 contestants across the world competing or thinking or wanting to compete in this contest. One. At that point in time, each club, we're Founders District, your Founders District, each club will have a club representative. And the club speaker will compete against local clubs within their community. If you win the area contest, you then move on to the your division contest. And that you will compete with South, North, West. They kind of break clubs up into divisions. If you win that contest, you then go to the the district contest. The district contest is comprised of all of the speakers, let's say Founders District, all of the speakers in Orange County, or all the speakers in LA. I actually compete against all the speakers, at least the top speakers in San Diego County and Yuma, Arizona. That's the way our district is set up. After you win the district contest, you have about 2 months from May 22nd for me to August 21st, which is the first day of the semifinals, to prepare not just one speech, but 2 speeches. The first speech that you heard, I can compete with that semifinal speech. I can go up there and give that speech, or I can change it, whatever I choose to do. But once I present a speech in the semifinals, and when I do win, I say that with courageous feelings, then I get the chance to present another time. Now, by the way, in Malaysia, you will have 91 speakers from across the world all there, converged to compete. I won't be competing with 91 speakers. I'll just be competing with 9 speakers out of the group. It's like the NCAA tournament, okay? So from there, once I compete and go to the finals, the top 9 speakers from that 91 group will then compete in the finals. And at that point, one speaker will emerge as a world champion of public speaking. And that's essentially the tournament. When everything is said and done, you technically competed against about 35,000 contestants worldwide and 100,000 Toastmasters, those who took a step and participated, and those who said, I do want to participate, never mind, next year. We count those individuals too. So that is essentially the world champion of public speaking. It's a very tedious process. It does take people on a journey in terms of really understanding what's your real message, what's your core message. You've got 7 minutes to communicate to the world, so to speak. What do you want them to walk away with? Let me share with you real quick. What's my time? Perfect. Let me share with you how your organization, the Rotary Clubs, helped me on this journey. You have a speech contest, right? Good. For about 30 years, we've had a speech contest in Chula Vista, California. We used to be sponsored by a bank that should remain unnameless or nameless, but their initials are B and A. But they came out of it. We don't want to be a part of the speech contest anymore. This is a 30-year tradition. What do you mean you don't want to be part of it? You know, we've got other priorities. And this is when they were having the financial meltdown. And at the tip of the financial meltdown, they said, we don't have $2,000 to donate to your speech contest. After we just finished giving them a bailout. we don't have $2,000 for the kids. That was not a good thing. So my boss, John Nelson, and our superintendent, Dr. Lowell Billings at the time, scrambled and said, what do we have in our backyard that's committed to the kids, committed to the kids of the community? Children's Rotarians stepped up, and for the past 3 years, Children's Rotarians have sponsored our speech contest. And so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this past year, I was fortunate to have 2 of my kids in the speech contest. Now, I'm the speech contest coordinator. And when I became part of the speech contest coordinator, I said, man, it'd be nice if I could have my own kids participate in this. And that year, it happened to happen. So I was sitting with my kids, all right, you're gonna give a speech like this. All right, Dad, you're gonna speak. We had a fun time doing the speech. And they made it all the way to the semifinals, and then 1 kid got defeated. Oh man, that's terrible. But I got 2 kids. And then all of a sudden, my other son, Benjamin, boom, he made it to the finals, didn't win. I said, oh man. I said, man, that's bad, guys. Yeah, Dad, but it was really hard, yada, yada, yada. I said, yeah, I get that, but it was, yeah, I'm so glad, I'm so proud that you participated. Long story short. I said, guys, I'm gonna go back to Toastmaster, and I'm gonna compete in the speech contest. And this journey started with my own kids being involved in a Rotary event called the Children's Speech Contest sponsored by Children's Rotary Clubs. So I want to say thank you very much for just the work you do, not just here, but your organization worldwide, because, you know, hopefully you'll say, that guy right there with that world champion of public speaking trophy, we had something to do with that. Thank you very much.
Right away, we have a token of our appreciation. We really appreciate it. It's a cross pin, genuine, emblazoned with the Rotary logo on there. So we wanted it should be emblazoned. How about that? Yes, emblazoned. Yeah, if you need a photo op too, let's step over here and we'll take care of that. Did we have a white elephant gift today? Yes. Okay, we'll save that for next week. Practicing my best stage likeness there. Okay. I want to acknowledge our guest that we had today's Diane Catherine Pamina. I think she's taking off right now. Bye, Pamina. Good to have you here. Love to hear you and see you back next week, all of you. Acknowledging Bill that's back again. Ed, thank you for coming. And Jennifer. And I'm actually going to have Jennifer give a little stump on what she does for work. She didn't get a chance to do that last week.